If there's one pet peeve I have on social media, it's when people slide into my DMs and just start pitching me on whatever it is they have to offer without even knowing me, without even knowing if I could even use the product or if I'm interested in the product or service. I mean, it's a huge pet peeve of mine. It just happened to me recently where this person did slide into my DMs and sent me 7 messages on rapid fire. It wasn't a bot because of the way that it happened and some of the things this person said in between the sales pitches. I could tell it was a person just thinking they were doing the right thing by just hitting me up in my DMs thinking that I would use their product or service. Well, let me tell you 4 things that can happen to your business should you decide to slide into somebody's DMs and just start pitching them with a sales pitch. So the first thing that happens is it ruins your brand. I'm just gonna say it. It's gonna ruin your brand and you're gonna have a hard time recovering from it. The way it ruins your brand is it makes you appear spammy and sleazy and salesy, and nobody wants to deal with that type of person. And then you just become that annoying fly or mosquito that is constantly in somebody's face. I don't know about you, but I don't want my business to look that way. I don't want my business to come across that way. I have a certain way that I want my business to be seen. And by the way, that is considered a brand. It's how you make people feel about you, your company, the products and services you provide. So if you lead with a slide into the DMs, selling somebody on something, I'm telling you now, you're setting the tone for your brand and it's probably not a favorable one. The second thing that you risk with your business when you do slide into the DMs is you risk being blocked or reported. So, and that's exactly what happened to me, or what I did when this person slid into my DMs and just hit me with like 7 sales pitches, one right after the other. I blocked that person and I reported them to the app because I wanted the app to know that this person is a risk to other people who are using the app and they're going to get annoyed by it. Do you really want that happening to your business? Do you really want to be blocked and reported? I don't think so. The third thing that can happen is that you lose credibility. When you lose credibility with somebody, it makes you look desperate when you are sliding into the DMs and pitching somebody time and time again on a product or service. You would look desperate because it comes across as you needing sales and that you really don't believe in your expertise, your knowledge, or your authority in your niche or niche, however you want to say that word. So don't do that because people will look at you and think of you as just noise or that annoying fly or mosquito in the background, and they'll just ignore you. The fourth thing that will happen when you slide into somebody's DMs is you ruin the opportunity to network and to build know, like, and trust. It is known that people will only do business with people who they know, they like, and trust. I mean, think about it. You're not going to turn over your hard-earned money to someone who you don't even know, who you don't even know if you trust them yet. And by the way, spammy behavior sends a red flag up for me. When people slide into my DMs, if you're going to do that to me, how can I trust you to do anything right from that point forward? And then that also sends a message, well, I don't like you already because you slid into my DMs and you kind of invaded, not so much my privacy, but you just invaded, your space, basically, if you think about it as personal space, the wrong way. I don't mind if people slide into my DMs to start a relationship and to start talking. That's fine, but to slide in and just start selling, it's awful. You've lost me, and it will take you a long time, if ever, to regain any sort of know, like, and trust I would have for you. So instead of sliding into someone's DMs without even knowing them, get to know the person first. Follow their account, engage with their posts, engage with their audience, and then introduce yourself in a DM, but don't do it with any other motive other than to get to know them. Don't have an ulterior motive in the back of your mind, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have 3 little text exchanges and then I'm gonna sell them my thing. No, get to truly get to know that person, and then when the timing is right, introduce them to what you're doing, or just start the conversation. Have you ever networked? Do you go to organized network meetings? How does it work in person? Well, it's the same thing on digital. Or when you're walking down the street, would you walk up to the people on the street and try and sell them, and then walk over to the next person and try and sell them? No, you're not going to do that. You'd probably get punched in the face if you did, right? So treat online the same way as you would treat in person. And that's the way you build your business in the social media world. Remember, it's called social media for a reason, because people have a need to connect, engage, and build relationships in that social media space. I hope this was helpful. I hope it got you thinking about how you're approaching people in the social media world. If you have questions about how you need to do this better, or you have comments of your own about how you think it should be done, put them in the comments section. I'd love to start the conversation there and hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for tuning in, and if you love videos like these, don't forget to subscribe, because I've got new ones coming out all the time and I don't want you to miss a single video. I'll see you next time.